Welcome back to another iFlight build. Today I want to show you the iFlight Vertigo VX5. So stay tuned and enjoy the build. It's the Vertigo VX5 frame, a vertical 200mm 5-inch frame. It got arms of 70mm height, 4mm thick, mounted motor brackets in the front, aluminum standoff that's connected from the front to the back. I use 5mm standoffs for the build. That's just high enough to get my ESC far enough away from that standoff bracket over here. The frame comes with sunk head screws, and that's also implemented here in the bottom plate and in the top plate as well. Camera standoffs from the side, 2mm top plate, 2mm camera standoffs, and 2mm bottom plate. These are the motor bars. Actually, they're just connecting the motor brackets and arms with each other from front to the back. They're like 3mm to 6mm. Here we got an arm with those 3 mounting holes. Our next part is the iPeaka BORG 35 amp ESC. It's a 4-in-1 ESC. It came with that little harness, which is quite convenient because now I can connect the ESC directly to my flight controller. This aluminum heatsink is additional, and what you see over here and on the other side are 33 capacitors. In total they make like 880 microfarad, 25 volts, 880 microfarad. That's actually a lot. It's supposed to be pretty smooth, but I still want to add a big capacitor, 35 volts, because of high voltage spikes, and I want to maybe fly that thing with 5S or 6S, which the ESC is capable for. And there's also this ribbon cable insert. Not sharp. I guess you can use that with certain type of flight controllers. It's an iFlight flight controller REVO Bee F4, and it can be connected to the harness. iFlight Force VTX. It's the VT5804 version 2. It has the nice little MMCX connector. A switchable VTX here from 25 milliwatts to 600. And we got video, no audio, but an RX channel. That means you can connect the UART to your VTX and use the tramp, IRC tramp protocol to change channel and output. We use the iFlight Ion Drive 2207 motors, 2500 kV. I've been using that for a while now. They actually run pretty smooth. I never had problems. They're really durable. They got 2 kinds. That's the 2.5, and they got a 1600 kV also. The whole frame should be like 115 grams, including the motors, each with 38 grams. That means it's not gonna be the lightest build I've ever did, but I think it's gonna be a fun build. The first thing I noticed is there's just enough room for the 4-in-1 ESC. And the other thing, I had to get rid of the corners of my heatsink to make some space. And it fits, but it's tight. As you might have noticed, my motor wires are actually pretty short, so I can't reach the ESC. That's why I gotta extend them. And after I did that, it's so easy because we got these huge pads, huge solder pads on the ESC for each and every motor wire, both sides, even with the heatsink on. It's amazing. I like this solution. See you in a minute. Alright, I just finished pre-tinning my ESC. It's really easy. motor wires zip down through these two holes and over here on a frame, and I'm gonna show you how to attach the arm. Just check you're not doing it the wrong way up. Should be like that. There are different lengths of screws. We got long ones and short ones. Those are the screws in my pack, and as you can see, that one is longer. That's supposed to go through the arms and connect the arms with the bars. So we're gonna use the short ones. Check again what side you got the frets on, and in my case it's the back side. So we're gonna push the screws through the front side, actually from the inside out. Okay, so we did it right as we reach the fret. Not really tight yet, but that's how you attach the arm. Alright, that's it. Already looks a lot better than before, and I didn't really pay much attention to the motor brackets before, and what I forgot to check was there is one side with a fret and one side without. And that's pretty much very important now because you got that lock nuts, and again a long screw and a short screw. Now we need the long screw, and the long screw has to be pushed through here to the other side, and we want to have our bar on that side where we got our screw head. That means the bracket side without a fret has to be on that side as well, and on the other side our fret with the lock nut. That's how it's supposed to look like. So luckily everything was correct, just one was wrong, so I had to take the motor off and just flip it 180 degrees. Actually we can start with one screw to push it through here. That's very tight, so you gotta use some force. Don't tighten it too much, it's aluminum, so be careful. And here on the other side comes our lock nut, and that's just gonna counter, even if there is a fret, just gonna counter that our motor bracket won't come off. Alright, looks like that. Let's go to the bar. It's just like that. And now we gotta use the short motor screws on one side, and as you might have guessed, the longer motor screws on the other side, because we got 3 millimeters more. Just make sure and check your motors if you touch the windings or not. That's pretty important, because if you do, you could either burn a motor or just have glitches. Okay, that's pretty much it. Luckily I got the harness to connect the flight controller with my ESC. That just saved me a lot of time and a lot of work. The only thing I gotta do now is wire up my VTX receiver and get everything working. That's how it looks like when it's finished, and it looks really clean. I like the colors. There's no mess inside. I put my receiver on the left side, capacitor, beeper, and my antenna also in the back. Looks very clean. It's very stiff. I mean, you got these bars over here, so you can't even bend it a little. One thing I gotta mention is the props come pretty close to our body. That's a dot prop. That's the iFlight Nazgul design. It's different. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.